Right, ladies and gentlemen. Um, so I've had an eventful evening. Today, I've had my godfather round, and he is an actor and stuff, and I've been making a website with him all day. But doing this, I don't know what it is, but I would be doing the website, and then I'd be finished. He'd go like we'd be doing the website, and then we finished like what we were doing. We were kind of like he was sat literally here, and we were making it on my computer here, and it was good. I mean, it was very like we get on very well. We're very like similar in regards to like humor and just like persona kind of thing. So it was just like fun, right? But I've never been this locked in a day. I don't know what the difference is between this day and like any other day. But today I was just so fucking like there was like no distractions all day. Like I'd be working on with him here, and then we'd finish that, and then I have this Lego set which I fucked up. I got like 2 years ago, and I fucked it up. And he's been in Star Wars films and stuff, doing like organization. He's also been as like extras. He's done like military advising and stuff. And I'll get to the military stuff in a minute because there's a whole fucking story I want to tell you, which is very it's funny, but um what was I gonna fucking say? So yeah, I'm making the site. I'll be making the site, whatever. I can't remember what I was trying to get at there, but we were making the site, and yeah, sorry. So he was into Star Wars. He was like, you know, what, Ollie, I'll rebuild your Boba Fett fucking ship, and it was like a one man job. I couldn't like get in there while he was trying to do this thing. So I was sat here, he was sat here, and I'd be just doing this fucking website from zero, by the way, from scratch. And now it's not done, but it's got substance to it now. There's obviously stuff we need to add, but he was sat here, and usually my usual self would be like getting distracted or maybe like I don't know, but I wouldn't go from one fucking task which wasn't like the most fun task in the world, but it was all right. To I literally finished that, and I was on my laptop here, and then I was writing these documents, and today I've probably done another like eight, like maybe six, seven, eight, and they're fucking long ones, explaining things and points for this thing I'm making with this influencer, right? I'm not going to get in depth on that. I'll get in depth on it when we're releasing it because I think you guys can gain value from it. But I would be doing that. Then I'd be doing this. Then I'd be doing that. Then I'd be doing this. Then I'd be going downstairs and be having food. And then I'd be working downstairs on this same fucking documents downstairs. And then we went out. And then we went out because he's leaving tomorrow. We went out and we went to like 3 different pubs. It wasn't a pub crawl so much as much, but I mean, yeah. And then I got back and I did 2 more fucking docs, which is the equivalent of about 4 fucking pages, which is probably about, I don't know, 2,000 words when I got back at like midnight. It's now half past quarter to 2. So, bro, I like there's been no distractions today. I don't know what it is. I need to just lock myself in a room and just get all of this shit done because it's literally right in front of me. I've just got to get it all done. It's so many different. It's probably about 50 different module or like episodes of information on a specific topic, and I'm like scheduling and planning it all out at the moment and writing everything down and all the points to make in every single episode and things to go over. And then I've also got to make handbooks. I've got to make like notes on it so people don't have to make notes. They can just go in the notes and be like, oh, okay, this is what he said. Okay, cool. I can go back on it. Cool. I don't have to watch the whole video back. All this stuff. I'm just making it frictionless, making it fucking perfect because I'm a fucking ethical guy. I want it to be fucking perfect. So that's what I'm doing. But man, it was just I don't know. I just got like it's a fucking Friday, and I also had a tennis match this morning, which I fucking won, by the way. So I did that as well. Like, bro, I won 6-3, 6-3. If you don't know tennis, I mean, but yeah, boys, it's like I don't know. It's just when everything is in front of you, you know what you've got to do, and you know the benefits of which, you just fucking do it. I don't know, there's just like no distractions. Like Instagram isn't giving me anything apart from replying to people. I mean, I've literally got 3 calls next week, 3 like sales calls, close calls. So hopefully that'll be cool. But I'm working on this right now. Um, and yeah, it's just a case of accumulating skills and learning and being the best person I can be. And yeah, but I mean, it was funny because going back on the point that I said about godfather being in the military, there was this woman who was clearly fucking drunk. She was a massive fucking bitch. Holy shit, she was a bitch. She got to be like 50. She had to be like 50. And she was questioning my fucking godfather on whether he was in the military. And she was saying that he was lying. And then when he asked her what she was doing in the military, she said, undisclosed. I can't leak. I can't like fucking say it. So anyway, they were going back and forth. Like, it was getting fucking heated. And then she started questioning me. I was like, mate, I'm just fucking sat with this guy. She's like, oh, okay, so what have you done in the military or some shit? Or like, what have you done? Or like questioning me. Obviously, she was fucking a few pints deep or whatever the fuck. So I then, I then came back to her and I was like, yeah, you know, I've never been in the military, and I kind of got a bit. I was like, to be honest, I don't really believe in war. I wouldn't fight in a war. She was like, would you go to war or some shit? I don't fucking know. I'm gonna tell you a story. Would you go to war? And I was like, I wouldn't go to war in a war that I didn't believe in. And she was like, I was like, so like, there's no one makes money from peace. Like, people make money from war. There's people that make fucking shitloads from war. And that's why there's always wars going on, because there's fucking money in war and there's no money in peace, you know? Like, if you've watched the film War Dogs, you'll know the amount of fucking money that's in that shit. And you can put money into certain things and then blow them up and be like, oh, okay, oh, yeah, but do them on purpose. Like, make money from various different things. So I didn't go into depth there. I just said, like, there's no money from peace. There's money from war. So people intend to go into war a lot of the time. So if there's a war that's intentionally done, I can see the fucking storyline behind it. I'm not gonna fucking go and fight for that shit. No way. Why are we sending $500 billion fucking dollars to Ukraine? Like, come on, man. It's blatant. So anyway, I'm waffling now. Point is, she came to me and she was like, "What the fuck have you done?" And I was like, "Yeah, well." My first response, which she kind of asked me, was like, "Yeah, there's no profit in peace. Like, there's profit in war." And she was like, "Okay." Blah, 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 blah. She was like, "Oh, I've served in the fucking military." Blah, blah, blah. Obviously, I haven't done shit in the military. She asked me, "So what have you done in the military?" I was like, she'd say. By the way, everything I'm about to say, she took so fucking literally, bro. She took it like I was fucking. To be fair, I kept an absolute straight face when I said this. But she asked me, she was like, "What have you done in the military?" I was like, "I've never been in the military, but you know, I've played Call of Duty, and you know, I've got a few nukes. I can go absolutely fucking ham with a sniper. You know, yeah, I've played Call of Duty a lot, and you know, I've played Battlefield as well. That one was good. That's a bit more like realistic wartime. Like, you know, it's got big maps and stuff." And she came fucking butting in when I said Battlefield. She's like, "Oh yes, you've played a game, right? You've done fucking, you've done yeah, you've like." You've gone and you've played Call of Duty. Oh yeah, you've done a sniper on a game, on a computer, on a controller, on some little screen. Like, she's like pretending she's the big dog of the fucking military, like she's the fucking commander. Like, this was serious, by the way. She was being serious. Obviously, she was drunk, but if you saw it in the like actual scenario it was in, fuck me. So she's like, "Oh, so you've done this, you've done this." There's so many fucking kids, they're so delusional about war, like they don't know what it's actually like. So I was like, okay, I've got this fucking hoe on a fucking hook here. So anyway, I sat there, I was like, yeah, so you know, it went silent. She went silent. And my godfather's across the table just smirking at me. He's like, "Yeah, okay, I fucking rate this guy." So anyway, I'm sat there, and I'm like, yeah. So I think like 2 years ago, I was playing Fortnite. I'm dead serious. I fucking said this. I was playing Fortnite, and I got $200 earnings from Fortnite, you know, and yeah, playing it, you know, we've got guns, we've got shotguns, we've got SMGs. Do you know what an SMG is? And she was like, "Yeah, submachine gun." I was like, "Yeah." So we have SMGs, we've got shotguns, we've got assault rifles, we've got snipers. And by the way, I'm fucking crazy with a sniper. She's like, "Yeah, I can't believe these fucking kids. They're so delusional about war. Like, war is so serious and da 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 da. People die and stuff. And this guy's joking about war and da da da. She was getting so fucking pissed. She was getting so pissed at me. She was getting so pissed that the fucking barmaid, the fucking barmaid came over and was like, "Is everything all right here, guys?" She could hear it. He's like, is everything all right here, guys? Is everything okay? And I was like, yeah. We're just having a deep conversation. That's all. We're just having a deep conversation. And you could fucking see the steam coming at this fucking bitch's ears, bro. Like, holy shit. Because my dad would have like turned it down because he doesn't like conflict, nor do I really, but he would have like turned it down. But it was literally my dad had left because he's working tomorrow, so it was literally me and my godfather, and it was like a long like table, so you can sit on either side of the table, right? You can sit either side, and it was like a long table, and she was like this end, and I was this end. I was like talking it like across the fucking table. Oh, mate, she was claiming, she was making crazy fucking claims. She was like, yeah, I'm in the military, yeah. And she was claiming to be this fucking like smart as fuck. Oh, like, bro, she had fucking kids, bro. I feel bad for her. I'm not saying I got riled up by this woman. I was riding her up just for a laugh, to be honest. And I was just talking across the mate. It was crazy. Like she was like, then she got on to politics, and she was like, how she doesn't want, like, if Trump got in office, it would be the worst situation ever. But she's also not liberal. She's not conservative. She's like she's like this crazy god who looks at it from above, and she's like, yeah. So you got this. Yeah. I just look at it. I see both sides. You know, I see both sides. Like I'm the fucking smartest person in the world. I see both sides. I don't really have an opinion. No. But I really don't want Trump in the office because I'd rather have a guy who can't fucking walk up some stairs instead. You know. So I mean, it's looking like I got rattled, but I'm just trying to articulate the whole situation to you so you can see the kind of like bitch this person was. Like she had no brain. No, zero fucking brain. And everything she said, everything I said, she took literally. And I was clearly being sarcastic, saying that I've got $200 in Fortnite earnings, so I'd be good in the war because I can hit some headshot snipes with a bolt action sniper. So, you know, it's got nothing to do with my fucking thing of it's just 10k a month, but you know, I thought I'd make a bit of I thought I'd add some bit of, I don't know, comedic effect to this shit, but she was pissed because she didn't believe that my godfather was in the war, which by the way was in the not the war, the military. Which by the way, his job is literally being a military advisor for films because he was in the war, not the war, the fucking war, because he was in the military doing certain stuff, and that was literally his life. He joined at like 16 and he couldn't get in, so he joined at 17 because at 16 he was too skinny. And she didn't believe that he was in there. She didn't believe that he was in the military, right? And by the way, he's like, I think he's just younger than my dad, so he's like 50, like 51, 52, 50, whatever. She didn't believe it. But then when he asked her what she did in the fucking military, he went in fucking detail, by the way. When he asked her, she was like, yeah, I can't disclose that information. I can't disclose that information. Like, bro, there are so many fucking dumb fucking hoes in this world. It's crazy. It's crazy how you can be this stupid. Like, there's so many people you got to deal with. There's so many NPCs. And I think, bro, you know what was crazy to me? And this is when it really struck me, because obviously I'm 20. I'm still only working out the world myself, right? I'm not the smartest fucking person in the world. Of course. But it struck me that these people have children. And I would always see an older person as this be all and end all, these smart fucking people. Right? I'd look at them, you know, you come out of school, you've got all the parents there. All these parents, yeah, they're smart, they're so smart, they know everything about the world. This fucking woman was 50, bro. And it's not like she had any, like obvious things wrong with her. But, like, bro, it's crazy to me how as you grow up, you think your parents and people that are older than you are like these like knowing beings who know everything. When in fact, everyone's as naive as each other, you know? Like you can, I hate. Nah, I'm not gonna say that. But these people that are older aren't necessarily smarter. Like they can have such fucking shit common sense. It's crazy to me. And I know she was drunk. I know she was like, but it was so fucking funny, man. Because like whether obviously she's still conscious. She's still stating her opinions. If anything, she's being more honest. She's like she doesn't want Trump in office, so I'd much rather have a guy who can't articulate his words and is telling people to chop their dicks off and is telling people to do this and always talks about ice cream and can't put a cohesive sentence together. But yeah, I'll have him in office because he isn't racist and he sends money to Ukraine and he does all this stuff and he still doesn't solve homelessness. He still doesn't do it. Yeah, but this guy, yeah. But no, I don't support him, actually. You know what? I don't support him. I'm overseeing of it all. I'm better than politics. I see both sides. I'm really fucking smart. I'm really smart. So I could have got very fucking into detail on politics side when she said that stuff about Trump. Not that I'm yeah, I've been. You can see my political opinions. I don't need to stay them, but like, how can you say that and then be like, you know what? Actually, I'm going. I actually agree with both sides. Yeah, I agree with both sides. I think there's good to both sides. Yeah, I see from both. I see both sides. I see both sides, and yes. But then went in on fucking Trump, and then was like, oh, yeah, you know what? Yeah, liberals are like. I know it looks like I'm getting fucking like. The way I've kind of said this is making it look like she's absolutely like got into my head and made me fucking like crazy. Like she's almost done what I was doing to her. She's done to me what I was doing to her. But what I'm trying to say here is people who are older aren't necessarily smarter, worldview wise. No one knows more than anyone else to an extent. Like we're really just grown ups just don't know shit. Like you think as a young kid they do, but in reality, it really just opened my eyes, man. And there was this other fucking woman. I don't ever go out. But there was this other fucking woman who was in a relationship for 12 years and then now said she had kids and then didn't mention her kids for the foreseeable next 20 minutes of the conversation about herself. By the way, my godfather and I were like, we're on the same fucking wavelength. We're just listening to this woman talk for the next 20 minutes. And obviously was a bit drunk and she was just talking about how she loves fucking this beatbox woman and she said she was really fucking hot and like this woman, by the way, is like 30 fucking 5 with kids, bro. With fucking kids. You know how fucking sad that is, man? It's crazy to me. It's fucking crazy to me. Like, if my one bit of wisdom that I give you in this video is, and if a bit of wisdom, the fucking woman that you choose to like be your wife, bro, you gotta fucking think about that shit. You can't just be fucking caught up in this crazy thing of like, oh yeah, she gives me good sex, so I'm gonna be with her for a while because she gives me good sex. Yeah. And I know it sounds cringe and cliche or whatever, but you can't fucking ignore the red flags, man. Like, I have no, bro. Like, you know how crazy it is? Like, some people are so dumb. She was just talking about herself and how she really liked woman. She was like bisexual now, apparently, or some shit. Like, and like, I don't mean to be like, bro. It was just really sad. It really was just really sad to me that this woman who being in a relationship, is now out of a relationship, and is talking about all of this stuff, crazy shit. And this same woman is a mother to kids who are about 6 or 7. She's the mother. Like, need I say more? My godfather and I literally just sat down at a table, which was like a long table. Like, you've got the bar, and you've got a bit behind the bar. Like, not behind the bar, in front of the bar. There's like a table here. And we sat at one end of the table, just talking opposite each other, talking about nice stuff, because like we resonate with each other a lot, and whatever. We're kind of on the same wavelength talking about stuff. And then these drunk fucking people come in and start talking to us about stuff, and everyone just starts talking, and I know I'm just waffling, and I know people are going to be like, this guy is so dumb. I hate to say it, but I haven't really sat here and put myself as the be all and end all of the conversation. This guy is like the overseer of the conversation. I was saying it more so that I saw these people as very naive, and I don't mean to say as myself as the best person in the world, but I saw these people as very naive, very, very, I don't want to say dumb, but dumb people who, this person literally had kids and was sat there saying some crazy fucking shit. And I was like, this is a fucking mother, bro. This is a fucking mum to children. It just made me sad. And I was just kind of sat there. This is how I live anyway. But I kind of sit there. That was the most zesty anyway of all time, by the way. I'm sorry. Anyway, but I'm very laid back when it comes to conversation. I like to listen. If there's one thing I've learned from reading books, is listen more than talk, and just in general, just listen more than talk. So I was just sat there listening, just listening, and then obviously proving that I'm listening, and then listening. I know it sounds sociopathic and whatever. It's not. I'm not actually a sociopath. But if I'm digging myself a hole, but like, bro, it's actually crazy to me how these people have children, man. It really saddens me, honestly. But I was just sat there listening, and obviously I wasn't rude to that woman. This is a completely different woman to the one about the military, by the way. This is before the military one. We're on the same table, but she started talking to us and was telling us some crazy stuff, and I was like, this is a fucking mother to 2 children. Can I add 2 children? This is the mother. Like, mate, bro, it's just sad. Really, truly, like. Of course, I'm only 20, and I see the world in I guess a naive light to an extent. And of course, I have my opinions, and there's people who have other opinions, and they're entitled to have those opinions. And my opinion isn't at all ever going to be correct to any extent, and nor is theirs. In fact, I wouldn't say any opinion is ever correct. It's just their opinion because it's something they believe, and they're entitled to have that opinion, of course. But I just saw it as like, this is a mother of 2 children who are about 6 or 7, and they're going to grow up with this person being their mother, who has who has these incredibly like crazy opinions, and was like, yeah, I mate, this beatbox woman is so fit, and oh mate, yeah. I'm not gonna get in depth, right? I don't want to sit here and discount my reputation and just talk down on people, because that's not the person that I am. But this other woman, like, she just came at me. Like, I wouldn't go at anyone ever. I'm not a person. If you speak to anyone that knows me, you know that I'm the least like, I never ever have conflict with anyone ever. I'm like one of these people who is kind of universally liked. And I know it sounds that egotistical wise. Like, I was like, oh, this guy thinks he's like everyone. But like, I'll never get on the wrong side of someone. But this person fucking came at me. She was drunk and she was pissed off at my godfather because she didn't believe that my godfather was in the military. And because I was the person with the godfather, she then started coming at me for no reason. whatsoever, because I was literally no reason other than the fact that I was with the my godfather. And she just started coming at me, bro, and I was like, okay. And I keep myself to myself, but I could see this person was drunk. I could see this person was like, and she just kind of started coming at me. And by the way, this woman was like mid-50s, I would say, and probably had kids, like most likely had kids. It was coming at me. I was like, bro, you've really got to fucking pick who you marry. Because I know all you guys fucking watching these videos are smart fucking people. You're all going to be about around my age. And I know a lot of you are going to be, I hate to say it in the most like literal form possible, but because I like just try and be intellectual to an extent on these videos, because yeah, but a lot of you guys, I know you can be led with your cocks. I know for a fact you can. It's just the tendency of guys. So I know how easy it is to be able to go and fall in the trap of getting with the wrong person because your cock said so, and you got fell in that trap, and you didn't know how to get out of it, and you knew it wasn't right, but I'll stick with it because it's not that bad, right? And then you end up having kids, and then those kids end up living a shitty life because you chose the wrong person, and now that person, you're now stuck with that person, whether you then decide to leave the relationship or not. That's still the kid's mother. And that is how shitty childhoods start, because of naive situations, whether it is under the influence of drugs, whether it is under the influence of alcohol, whether it is under the influence of just the need for sexual gratification, and then you find yourself stuck in this hole with this woman who is not right, but it's not that bad. And of course, I don't know why you would be taking advice from me, being a 20-year-old who has never, can I just say, has never had a girlfriend in his life. Not that I couldn't get one. I mean, you guys be like, yeah, this guy's fucking waffling. Not that people I've had girls come to me, no, to an extent. But I don't know why you're taking advice from me. But this is just my perception on the world, and I know it has no regard to this 10k a month like thing to any extent. But I really and truly believe that you've got to be careful, and you can't let your emotions take over your life to the extent that you find yourself in a hole, and then you have kids with the wrong person, and then those kids, and then your kids then have a shitty upbringing, or maybe they have an alright upbringing, but the wrong upbringing to the extent that they have the wrong values. They end up to be an absolute degenerate, and that is how I'm sure you guys can look at the world and be like, okay, I'm sure you guys can name 5 people that you went to school with that their parents weren't stable. And those parents then came from other parents who probably weren't stable as well. Or maybe they just didn't get the love and affection that they needed as a child, and then they had to go to exterior places to go and find it. So I really do believe that it's such, for the sake of humanity, for the sake of your livelihood, for the sake of what you've been brought up to be. I know you guys are intellectual people. I know you guys are smart people. Please don't make the wrong decision, and don't get caught up in a hole with a person that isn't right for you just because she's giving you the gratification that you need in whatever form. I could go down so many routes with this topic, but in truth, I know there are so many people out here that you can get caught with, and I've seen it in firsthand. My friends or whatever just get caught up with the wrong person for an extended period of time purely because every now and then it's all right, and they don't want to leave that. But man, it's just sad. It's really like I'll give you my opinion. Although I've given you my opinion, of course, but my opinion is this: I want to have a wife who can be my other half to the extent that we can both kind of add the right amount of value to each other and keep ourselves stable, and they keep me stable and I keep them stable, to which the kids have the best shot in life from me, from her. Of course, I know the world isn't perfect, and maybe people might just think that I am delusional. And of course, people will think that from some of the things that I've said. It depends on your upbringing, it depends on who you are, it depends on the experience that you've had in your life. But I truly think that my opinion is this, and I want a wife that has good values, that is smart, that wouldn't go to a pub on a Friday night and start sitting there getting all butthurt because they didn't like one person, and then they start going at another person who literally was sat there saying absolutely nothing. And someone that seems to disregard their kids and is a person that doesn't seem, in my opinion, to be fit to be a mother. And I want my kids to have the best shot at life ever, and I want them to be informed enough that they're able to think for themselves, that they're able to not be caught up in the emotional tendencies that they have as a person to make decisions purely with their emotions, which a lot of people do. I want my kids to be brought up to be able to see both sides and be able to think for themselves and just be able to be just smart, man, and have a good upbringing. And really and truly, I've heard so many stories, whether it be through rap songs, whether it be through, I know that's very naive to say that, whether it be through stories that I know online, or whether it just be through experiences that I've had with the people that I went to school with, or just in general. I know that there are people who have bad upbringings purely because people made the wrong decisions in their life. And parenthood is so important. So important. And having a good mother and a good father there is so important for the kids' sake. And I feel like it is literally immoral. It is literally one of the most evil things to do, to have kids with the wrong person, to have kids and give them a shitty shot at life purely because you have made the wrong decision yourself. That's just my opinion on, and I know people are going to disagree with me. But in truth, you can see, I know a lot of you guys have examples in your life where you can look at someone and be like, okay, I feel bad for that. This person has had a bad upbringing. They've gone on drugs because they haven't got the affection that they've got as a kid, and because their parents got in a relationship because it was just done on emotion. It wasn't logical. It wasn't smart, but it was all right sometimes, and that's why they had kids, and they just had sex, and one of them ended up being a kid, and you're like, no, what? This relationship's all right. We can try and stick it out, but we argue all the time, but sometimes it's okay. You can't run on that, in my opinion. You really can't. You need it to be stable, and if you want to have a decent life, I really don't think I'm articulating my point at all well, but I think you can kind of see the surface of my opinion when it comes to relationships. And of course, I am only 20 years old. So of course, my opinion is going to be flawed, and people are going to be disagreeing with it. And people are going to be like, yeah, this guy's so naive, and this guy's so dumb, and this guy's got such a flawed opinion because he's never had a girlfriend, and he's never gone through relationships, and he's never done this. But what I can tell you is I have seen the extremes, and I know it's obvious, but even I've seen my friends get into it, and I've told them. man, this is a completely different topic, and I could fucking talk for so long. But I feel like if I'm recording these videos, and if I want to resonate with you guys, I want you to know who I am, and I want you guys to resonate with me or not resonate with me, and think that I'm an absolute fucking idiot, or think that I am maybe smart, maybe I do have some good takes. But people will literally get into a relationship, and they'll be with them for a month, and then they'll just start thinking about marriage. And of course, that's going to be in human nature. Of course it is. But I think it's so naive, and I think, right. These guys, people are going to be watching this right now. There's probably about 10 people watching me talk at this moment in time, maybe even less. But for the 10 people that are still sat here 35 minutes into me talking, of course, it's a natural human tendency to think about marriage at that stage in relationship. And of course, I have never been in one, to which my opinion is incredibly fucking flawed. Incredibly fucking flawed. Incredibly. But what I do think is this, is I think people get into relationships, and I'm getting so distracted. Like I need to just, I talk so much better if I just stare in one place for so I'm going to do that right now, just so I can explain to you exactly what I fucking think. It's gonna look so fucking awkward now. Because now I've just said I'm going to do it. It's fucking weird. I think a lot of people, they get into relationships, whether it be because they want sexual gratification, whether they want to just have the social gratification of having a girlfriend, be like, yeah, I've got a girlfriend, guys, look at me, I've got a girlfriend, I've got a girlfriend, I've got a girlfriend. And then they get in that relationship. There's so many different stories, there's so many different people, and of course that's the beauty of life, is people are different. But on the whole, people get into relationships, and then a lot of them get into it for their own gain of the things that they're lacking in their own life and in their own head, and they're simply not happy being single, and they want the gratification of having a girlfriend for whatever reason it may be. I'm not judging, but they get in that relationship because they're not capable of being single. They're not able to be single. They're not comfortable being single. And then they get in the relationship, and then they start. This is. I'm literally scratching the surface of so many different people here. I'm not nailing down on one. There are so many different stories, but they get into relationships, and then they get into this and into the thought process of marriage. And I think a lot of people, especially my age, especially so fucking much, I see it happen so fucking much, is they ignore so many red flags my age. People left, right, and center, they ignore red flags because, sometimes the relationship is all right, and sometimes it's okay, and sometimes, it can be okay, and sometimes we argue, but other times it's all right, and it's literally human nature. It's literally how. I'm not gonna get on this. I could talk for so long. I'm not. You know what? There's no fucking things on YouTube saying that I can't talk for so long, so I'm gonna do it. Gambling sites literally build their sites on human nature. They know human psychology down to a T, down to a fucking T, and I'm going to explain this to you now. It's literally science. They build it on the fact that sometimes people get a high from gambling, and when people get a high, they have the natural tendency to go, and they get the craving to go and get that high again. To which they will then go back to the casino the next day and try again to try and get that high. But with that high, they have many, 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 many losses financially. I'm just giving you an example of casinos. They have many losses financially. To which that gain, maybe, I'm going to use easy numbers. They got 10K from that gain. Okay. So then they go again, and then they go and they put 500 quid down, and they lose. They put 500 quid down again, and they lose. And they put 500 quid down again, and they lose. And then they put $1,000 down, and then they lose. And then they get a little win, so then it's all right. And that is the high. And then they lose again, and then they lose again, and then they lose again, and then they lose again. Always in that search of gaining that high that they once got, but it's never gonna fucking come, and that is why. And can I just say it? Can I just say that 10k didn't come straight away? It came from the accumulation of a ton of little small bets that added up to an extended few gains, an extended load of bets, an extended load of losses, an extended load of mental strains, an extended load of just losses, of mental losses, of just losses in general. But oh my god, I just won 10k. I can, if this is possible, oh my god, I feel so good. I just won 10k. Oh my god, holy shit. You know what? I can double this, but because I'm a smart person, I'm only going to put 5 grand of it down. And then you put it on black. Fuck, I've just lost 5 grand. And then now you're only 5 grand up. Or maybe you're not even up because you've lost a shit ton prior. But you're in the search of that fucking high again and again and again and again and again and again, because that one time felt so fucking good. It felt so fucking good. I felt on top of the fucking world. And this time, when it happens, I'm going to be so smart because I'm smart and I've learned from my failures. And now, next time I hit 10k, I'm not going to fucking spend it all. But I've got to then hit that 10k because I want it to happen again. So I spend more and more and more and more and more mental energy, more failures, more mental losses, more losses financially, and that is how it works. You get one win and then you get a shit ton of losses in the search for that win to happen again. And it's so rare that casinos have done it, so they will always win. And it's the same thing with most things in life. Social media literally do the same thing. It's literally, TikTok is literally a slot machine. It's like, okay, this one's not as good. Okay, this one didn't give me that much of a high. Oh, this one's perfect. Oh my god, this one's amazing. Okay, yeah, this one's not great. This one's not great. But that one that I just got was amazing. So I'm just going to keep searching because one of these days I'm going to find something amazing here. And one of these days it's going to be, oh my god, that is amazing. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Okay. Oh, okay, that one's not as good. But that one before was all right. So I'm going to keep scrolling because I'm going to get that one at some point, right? No, oh no, that one's shit. I'm wasting my time. Oh, that one's shit. I'm wasting my time. Oh, that one's shit. 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 And for 100 times, it's not great. But then, oh my god, that was fucking amazing. Holy fuck. And I know it's not as big as that, but that's how it works. That is literally how it works. You get the perfect video, and then you get videos that are all right, and they still stimulate your dopamine because they're just instantly gratifying. It's like, here, oh my god, 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 oh my god. And the same thing happens with relationship, I think. The same thing really does happen with relationships a lot. Is they get in that same cycle of, oh man, I can't. That first month of the relationship was amazing. Oh my god. Why can't that happen again? We're literally the same people. Why can't it happen again? You know what? It happened. It was amazing. So, we'll stick with it because it's not that bad. She's giving me sex sometimes. It's all right. And maybe we can have that same high again because we're literally the same people, right? But then people realize that it's not as good as it once was. But then they stick with it, and then sometimes it gets abusive. Sometimes it just fades away. And I understand that relationships are never, they require constant work, right? Why am I talking about fucking relationships? I've never fucking been in one, man, but this is literally my outsider's view of seeing so many from my friends, from my parents, from just people in my family, from just people that I've seen on the internet, or just so many different levels. And it's my take. And I really, people are just going to sit here and just think this guy's so fucking naive. And to be honest, I understand if you think that because I really have not done a very good job of explaining my point here at all. What's like really like it goes so deep, and I really can't. It's so hard to explain it all to a degree that you will understand it. But I think you guys kind of get the gist. Maybe. I really didn't intend to make this a video 44 minutes long, but if I am going to put this down to one thing, don't fucking get caught with the wrong person just because sometimes it's alright and sometimes the sex is alright and sometimes the relationship's alright, but most of the time it's shit, but sometimes it's okay, and then we're going to search for that next okay again. Because you're too scared to let the relationship go because you've been stuck in it for too long, and you're too scared to let it go because if you let it go, you don't know if it's confirmed that you'll find another person again. It's not confirmed. Or maybe you're not going to be able to recreate this again. You don't want to lose them because maybe it might be okay at the end. It might be okay one day. It might be okay next day. So, I don't know why I'm even got on this topic, to be honest. And I really don't think I've explained this well enough whatsoever. But just don't get caught with the wrong person because once it was alright and now it's not. But once it was alright, and there are so many things that worry. There's so much stuff that comes into human psychology and relationships and whatever. And I think a lot of it comes down to, especially long relationships or relatively long ones, and is you get so deep that you get so worried that if you were to let them go, that you're not going to be able to find that same person again, or you're able to find those experiences again. So, and a lot of people just get in short-term relationships, and for a lot of people, this is where the shitty relationships start. They get in short-term relationships, and they have sex, they have whatever, and then they see, if I was writing this, I could do such a better job. We get in that short-term relationship for put it short. They get in that short-term relationship for instant gratification because they're not capable of being single. They're not comfortable being single. They want that extra stimulant of having a girlfriend. They want that social flex of having a girlfriend, right? So then they get in that relationship, and then that relationship goes south. But you know, we had a kid, so we've got to stay together. Or why the fuck? Mate, I feel so stupid talking about this, actually. This is quite embarrassing. I really, truly do think I could have said this so much better with text, but because I keep kind of going back on myself, searching for a new point, which is going to explain my point better, because I know I can say it. But to get to that new point, I'm then trying to explain my previous points to a degree where I can then get to my next point, because then you understand what I'm trying to say. And with doing so, I keep just waffling. And that is just what I do a lot of the time, whether it be about this topic, whether it be about a lot of topics. But yeah, I mean, I hope you understand my point of view here. And I know a lot of people are going to be in relationships here and they'll be like, this guy's fucking stupid. Why is he talking about this? And I understand that. But I kind of understand the principles to an extent where I'm not going to get into a relationship for the wrong reason. I'm not going to get into a relationship with the wrong person. I have standards to an extent where I have, obviously physical standards. I have appearance standards, like, but physical is appearance, I guess. But main thing of all is I have value standards. What's the best way of putting it? I have personality standards, you know? Like, and I understand it so deeply, and I've seen so many different aspects of it from the side, because that's how I kind of live. I just literally don't talk that much. I just kind of like intake a lot of information. I just kind of like sit there and analyze. I think there's a word for that, but I can't remember what it is. That I'm not in a rush to get into a relationship. I'm only 20. I'm trying to get to the next level. I'm trying to become, I don't want to say a high value man as such, but I want to become a person where I am self-sufficient. Right. I want to become a person that is self-sufficient, that can provide, that can, I don't know. And I know it sounds naive to say that to a lot of people. And of course, you're not going to be able to please everyone. I don't know how many people are going to be watching this at 49 minutes 50, but maybe when I'm in a relationship in 20 years time and I've got kids, that I can look back at this and be like, you know what, this guy, well, he actually got it right, you know? He was actually spitting facts. Or, this guy is so fucking stupid. Why the fuck would I even upload this? I'm so fucking dumb. But regardless, it is going to be so good to look back at this video when I am in a relationship. I'll be like, wow, I can't believe he thought that. It was so fucking stupid. That's not how it works at all. But the fact that I even get this out and the fact that I only live once is the reason that I'm uploading stuff like this, because I'll be like, it's so good to document this stuff, man. And just document my head. And even though I haven't articulated my point well enough whatsoever, I will be able to look back and I'll be like, okay, yeah, I remember thinking that. I remember why I said that. I remember what I was trying to say here, but I just couldn't say it properly. But even this is like, it's good practicing trying to articulate stuff like this, because the more I do it, the better I'm going to get at it, and the more concise I'm going to get, and the easier it's going to be in future. So yeah, I'm not going to try and say if there was one bit of value, if I wanted to like nail all of this stuff that I'm trying to say into one point, then this is what you should do, or this is what I think, because I'll just go on another fucking rant again. And I feel like there's one thing I want to say, but I just can't think what it is. If I could just summarize it all in one, I could do it so well. If I was writing, I feel like I've got to the point where I'm so good at being concise with writing now that like I've just written so fucking much. Like if you go on my Medium, that's probably about an eighth of the amount of blog posts that I've written in the last, or book reviews, or just text of that I've written and that's not including Twitter, by the way. That's just like, I don't want to call it intellectual text, but text that I've been actually intending to write. That's probably about an eighth of the amount I've written. And there's a lot of fucking writing on my Medium page, which is in my description, by the way, but I don't really care. To be honest, I don't know how many people are watching this, and I think the woman, the two people that I met, well, there was a lot of people, but those are the two main characters that I met in the pub today, and I never go out, by the way, ever, like fucking ever. They should be impressed that they've made me record a 52 fucking minute video. But I mean, actually, you know what? I think just don't, because I know the majority of my viewers are guys. Just don't get with the wrong person for your own insecurities or for your own things that you want to gain. Don't get with the wrong person for those reasons. You know? Or don't get with the wrong person and have kids with the wrong person, because there is like, I just can't believe that fucking woman I can't believe both of those women are mothers. There's literally a 55-year-old woman, I know she's drunk, but she's going at a fucking 20-year-old guy who's literally sat there saying absolutely nothing because she's pissed off at another person. Like, this is literally just my fucking vlog of Ollie Maitland trying to understand the world, part 125, I guess. But these are going to be like gems to me when I'm older. And if people resonate with me, cool. If people hate on me, cool. But I mean, there's things that I specialize in. There's things that I'm incredibly good at doing. Don't get me wrong. And there are also things that I need to learn, and that's not going to stop until I'm dead. Of course, there's always going to be things that I need to learn. There's always going to be things that I'm imperfect at. There's always going to be things that I'm good at. And right now, the things that I'm incredibly good at is literally working with influencers and growing brands and optimizing content. But if I can't, like I'm focused on that, and I'm focused on getting myself to an income via that before I focus on my personal brand. And then I can guarantee you, once I've got an income, I can blow up my personal brand within 12 months. Once I can just like, I just need a foundation of being able to be sufficient on my own in regards to like, I want to move out. I want to do stuff. Whatever. But once I've got a foundation of that, literally like that foundation, then I can just focus on my personal brand, because this is what's going to make me a lot of money. This industry and this skill set that I have is what's going to make me a lot of money. So once I've got that, then I can reinvest it into other things. But this is I think this is one of the longest videos I've recorded, and whether it's good or not is down to public opinion. But more so that I'm just trying to talk, and it really fucking like, it really pissed me off that someone like that kids have to like will have that as a mother. I'm like, man, it really makes me sad, man. And to be honest with you guys, whoever's watching right now, I really do hope I find a, I'll be honest, just be straight honest, I really do hope I find a good woman one day. But in the meantime, regardless of if I found a woman or not, I don't think I would be really like fully committed right now. Hence why I'm sat here single in my bedroom at 2:30 in the morning. But no, it's a learning process, and I appreciate you boys. And if you've learned something from this video, cool. I imagine you probably haven't, but appreciate you all nonetheless. And thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow night. I wish I could like pause this, think about what I'm going to say, and then say more, because I could say so much stuff, but I'll keep it. I was going to say keep it short, but it's been 56 minutes, so yeah, thank you for watching. If any of you are still watching at this point, I don't want to ask anything of you. I just want to say thank you, because you're fucking incredible, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate people like you. Genuinely, it makes me fucking tear up, like genuinely. So if anyone's actually watching right now, I appreciate you, and let's keep fucking hustling, and let's do something this year, and let's do something with my life, eh? Because if I want to actually get a decent, like have a decent life, or the life that I want to lead especially, then it all comes down to hard work, and of course you can learn along the way. And today was a learning day, as well as actually I put a lot of fucking work in today as well, and I won a tennis match. Like, holy fuck, I've done a lot today. But holy fuck, I've actually done a lot of fucking shit ton today. I've made a fucking website. I've written about 2,000 words in regards to docs. I've won a tennis match, and I've gone to the pub and argued with someone about Fortnite. Argued with a 55-year-old woman who wasn't a MILF, by the way, because if she was, I wouldn't be talking back to her. I argued with like a 55-year-old woman about how I'm good at hitting headshots with a heavy sniper on Fortnite. That is fucking crazy. That's a crazy fucking Friday. Anyway, we keep moving. I need to keep making this stuff, and I intend to get it done as quick as possible. I literally am probably going to lock myself in a room until I get it done, because I know exactly what I've got to do. It's literally on the table. I've just got to fucking do it. So it's literally it's dead straight right there. Like, it's like, write this, create this PDF, create this, write this, record this, boom, record. It's uploaded, and then I'm at another level. So appreciate you boys. Thank you, and I'm sorry again for talking for so fucking long. Jesus Christ. Good night.